I'm Nathan Iliff with Northwest Veterinary and Supply at Parkston, South Dakota. With the cow-calf industry in our practice, we do a fair amount of reproductive ultrasound. Its main benefits we see are the main fact that for the purebred breeder, we can stage out the pregnancies, provide a fetal sex information, allowing them to realize how the efficacy of their AI program. In our commercial settings, it allows us to preg check at an earlier date, allowing the producer to make more timely management decisions as to when to cull the cows, sell these cull cows, and hopefully a better cull market earlier in the year. For example, selling these cows in August as opposed to November when everyone else is in a lower market. In addition to, they can save the feed in those cows that will not return a profit the next year as a member of the cow-calf herd. In addition to, it allows us to assess some fetal viability in some of these calves, as we have found cows, especially this summer, that had a few of them where they were aborting. We're able to detect this with the ultrasound as opposed to just arming them. It would have felt like a normal fetus, and we know which cows to recheck for sure later in the year. And in a purebred setting, a lot of times we do still have cleanup bulls running, so we do have to preg check these cows a second time, but at least mainly allows us to give us a good example of how our AI program went, in addition to knowing on the commercial heifers too, allows us in these synchronized heifer groups to get them grouped into tighter calving intervals to allow the producers a more marketable package, as they can provide a heifer heifers that hopefully will calve in a shorter window, in addition to providing the information as to the sex of the calf, allowing them more options in marketing these heifers to fellow commercial producers. Overall, the ultrasound really provides us a greater benefit. It is an increased cost as opposed to just a normal preg check, but allows us much more flexibility, as we can detect a live viable fetus down to 30 days as opposed to the 45 to 50 we prefer as just arming them. In addition, we get to look at the viability of the fetus, find things such as twins, and allow us simply to provide more information in a more timely manner. And then other nice thing is too, from another setting we had this year too is in dry lock. A person that was running some dry lock cows, we preg checked. He did have a higher open rate, but he had that information 30 days after pulling the bulls, as opposed to the 45 to 60 he would have had to wait otherwise. So he was able to market these cows and either implanting the opens to feed them to a higher weight, or just simply sell them at that point and get them off the feed bill, which in the end, generally finding these opens, we can more than pay for what the preg check costs for the herd, in addition to saving them more money in the feed in the long run. So, in the end, the EasyScan unit is a very durable unit. We use with the bug goggles. We're able to work out in full sunlight in a pasture setting, allow easy access in and out of the chute behind the beef cows, while still being able to maintain a good field of vision for safety matters as you're working in and around the animals. In the end, the unit, the battery life has been good for us, so we're able to get out there. And generally, we work in smaller groups where we'll have 2 to 3 locations, which with this unit allows us not having to set up any kind of shading or that. We can simply work these as soon as we set up the chute, we can get through the cattle and move on to the next bunch, as we are usually doing these in the hotter time of the year. It allows us to be more efficient and get more cattle checked in the mornings before it gets too hot to work the animals from a heat standpoint. Thank you.